Why are you laughing? You look beautiful. I remember calling Abraham at the time, telling him, I met this girl. I can talk to her about anything, and we both like to shop. It's gonna be really distracting because she's really beautiful, but I think it'll be worth it to even have her as a friend. So almost 2 years later, you were my best friend. And finally, you stopped resisting my good looks and charm, and we went on our first date as a couple. 1 month later, I knew that you are the only person I can ever fall in love with. But I didn't know much else about relationships. I loved at the time that you were so smart, so generous and kind, and I loved the dimples on your face when you actually laugh at my one-dimensional jokes. But it's how you and I evolved through the years that made it possible for us to be here today. And I love that you're now so direct and brutally honest. I'm surrounded by strong women my entire life, and you're the bravest of them all. Through your actions, you inspired me to have the most fulfilling career in life, to only settle for meaningful relationships, and to open up in order to support people I care about emotionally. And you pushed me to be a better person, a better partner, and maybe one day a good father. So I believe that as compatible and faithful things have been for us, love and marriage will continue to be challenging at times. So with that, I promise to enjoy the moment and not think too much about far ahead, even if that means we are both indefinitely unemployed for a while. I promise to continue to gain more perspective by reading more. I'll read 1 book for every 5 books you read. Please slow down, stop reading. I promise to value our quality time. I can't read my own writing. To kiss you and ask you about the day when I see you. So, how's your day going today? I promise to listen to you and support your dreams. You have rare talent to do anything you want, and I'll be by your side. So, Melissa, you've been my college classmate, my roommate, my travel buddy, my speechwriter, except for this one, my coworker, my fiance, and now my fun employment partner. For me, you and life are intertwined in one and the same. I'm honored to take you, Melissa, to be my partner in life through whatever comes our way. I love you, cannot wait to read you our first date again, this time as husband and wife.
When people ask me how I envisioned my wedding, I describe it as dope and one big giant shopping spree. I literally spent more time online shopping for my dress than on any other task for this wedding. The reason for that is because for me, I thought less about the ceremony than about what our life would look like at the end of 50 years. Who do I want to hold my hand when I have arthritis and I can't walk down the stairs? Who do I want to laugh with me when I use my cane to hit little dogs out of my way? Who do I want to love me when I'm gray, wrinkly, and have a saddle butt? Like Zora Neale Hurston writes, I did not just fall in love, I made a parachute jump. Our marriage is a leap of faith. It is a promise to create the future, not just as we see it, but as we would like to see it. I love you not because of your ambition, but because of your optimism. Your courage to say, this is the life I want, and I'm willing to work hard to manifest it. How lucky am I to have found someone who wants to turn our dreams into reality? How lucky am I to meet someone else who sees magic in this world? I'm ugly crying. Got it back together. I promise never to stop working on a lifetime of health, wealth, and happiness. With you as my partner, anything is possible. I love you, and I can't wait to be this man in life.
Welcome everyone to the wedding of Khoi and Melissa. Thank you. And now I would like to say something with Khoi and Melissa. Melissa and Khoi. Wow, I can't believe it's been 12 years since you have known each other, and I am so happy this day has finally arrived. 12 years is a long time, but I trust that it is just the beginning, a new start to a lifelong journey together, and may you be blessed with eternal friendship and love. We will be here for you. I think Helen and me will be here for you to share the good and even unconditionally. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to everyone who come to Khoi and Melissa wedding ceremony. Thank again, everybody, and may God bless you. And now, Helen, my wife, has a few words with you.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't nervous.
Melissa, when I first meet you at Khoi Graduation from UC San Diego, I feel a connection, a warm connection with someone who is beautiful inside out. I'm so proud of how you both are so successful in your career. My only wish is to see you both happy in your marriage and do what you continue to build your partnership and eventually a family of your own. Remember that no marriage is perfect. You will have your up and down, but together you can overcome to the challenges. Love is about overlooking other hurt. Love is about forgiving. And more importantly, love requires commitment. I love you both every month and look forward to sharing a future of happiness with you. Once again, thank you everyone who been here to share the marriage with Khoi and Melissa.
I would like to introduce Melissa's parents.
We're so nervous, so we decided to cut
I'm not nervous.
our
Never
speech.
nervous. I'm so excited, so happy.
Are you? He cut his speech to only maybe 2 sentences. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Since we have been waiting for this wedding for so long, I almost can't believe this is really happening. The idea of having vacations and wedding together give us a great chance to know each other and share a lot of unforgettable moments. Melissa and Khoi have been together more than 10 years. I have seen Khoi from a college boy grow up to a mature, confident, and thoughtful man. To be able to see my daughter marry such a wonderful man is something that gives me great joy. I truly wish them a happy and healthy marriage. I also love Khoi's parents, his sister, and her family. It's a blessing that we get along and care for each other. I'd like to thank you for coming all the way to celebrate Melissa and Khoi's big day. It's an honor for me to welcome you today, and I wish you all have a wonderful time. Thank you.
It's my turn. Hi everyone. I'm happy to celebrate this occasion with our family and friends. Thank you to Melissa and Khoi. Thank you. Thank you. together in Vietnam. Let's pose. To my daughter and the son. Thank you, thank you.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, which is probably quite likely because I know like 7 people in this room. I'm Jessie. I'm Liz and Khloi's friend from San Francisco and also their token lesbian. Thank you, first of all, for taking us on your honeymoon. Oh, I mean, actually, your wedding. But really, this venue is stunning, and I cannot imagine anyone that I would want to smuggle booze or sunscreen in more, but for you two lovely, amazing people. So a few years ago, Liz and I met and landed this gig at this little company. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Google. You know. And we have been through so much since then. And I am so honored to be a part of your journey here. You know, from our coffee bitch sessions that we had at Google, to our feminist debates, we grew from work wives to real friends. You really became my go-to in so many ways, and I am so excited to have been here and be that friend that you could count on, and knowing that I could count on you always. And you were always there again to celebrate the highs. I think I was so excited when I, had huge things happening. I knew I could just call you, that I could be there for one of your first art shows. I think back to that moment over and over again. And then also lows, like my mom's memorial walk. He was always the friend who shows up. And again, when you met Khoi, I remember, and I met you both, and it was like I was meeting the continuum of you. In so many ways. Honestly, he's exactly what I knew you needed and really expected. And really, like, your jokes would pick up where yours left off. I see it. And the dinner parties, it looks like you guys had a choreographed dance, and we were all just watching it happen. And fluency again in video games and whiskey, between the two of you, it was speechless every single time. Mainly because I was secretly sneaking my phone under the table, trying to Google terms to fit it. Melissa, you, again, are so amazing. You've brought so much light to my life in San Francisco, and I can't imagine this journey in San Francisco, and really the many years that I've known you both without you. And I'm so glad we could just go on this journey together and that I could come here with you guys to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me, raise your glasses to Melissa and Khoi. Here's to many more years of laughter, video gaming, whiskey tasting, and falling in love over and over again. Thank you guys.
Swimming. I was laughing really working hard on the speech, so here we go. When Khoi first approached me about giving his best man / women's speech, I was like, whoa, what an honor. But then I thought, like, hey, I wasn't invited to the boys' trip. I wasn't invited to the bachelor party. I wasn't invited to any of the events leading up to this trip, and here you are giving me homework. That's really rude. But anyway, I thought about it a little bit more, and I realized when there's something so important, so crucial, like giving a speech on his very special day for him and his wife, you best believe he brought the woman to the job. Who runs the world? Girls! So, ladies, can I get a toast, please? To anything they can do, we can do better. we ate a ton of food, we played Battle of the Sexes, and we all became really good friends. The end. That's it. Just kidding. I'm sure we told our stories to many of you guys, probably multiple times to some of you, so I just want to throw in a little twist. I actually got to know Khoi when we were on a business trip to Tokyo. I was asking Tuin, his sister, who would want to have dinner with me, and Khoi volunteered, so I'm like, great. And to be honest, the night was a blur. And I don't know if it's because of the 2 Guinnesses that we had each at that really expensive American bar, or that bottle of sake we shared at the really expensive shopping place, or that drink that we had at the club, and it was done when we were there because we were too early. And then we left the club and had another beer at another place, and then we came back to the club where you had the whiskey, and then you went running to the toilet, throwing up that whiskey. But I remember a lot more about that night than just how much we drank and what we drank. I remember Khoi telling me how sure he was of his love for Melissa and Melissa's love for him, and how content he was with their relationship. And how you really now appreciate the complex flavor of whiskey before you went to grow up, like I mentioned. And then how we tried to talk to some people, and they were like, hey, those are creeps. So they like moved away from us. And somehow it was midnight, and we were running for a train because taxi fares in Tokyo is really expensive, and we can't afford it. So we have to like make sure we make our trains. But coming back from Tokyo, Khoi became a single man, and we too are two heartbroken dudes in the city trying to live our best life. And we became friends. And this is supposed to be the part of the speech where I'm telling you all the embarrassing things I know about Khoi that he doesn't want me to divulge. But to be honest, we're quite sensible people. Like, all we do is go eat at nice restaurants and bars and drink, nice cocktails at bars. So we don't really have a lot of embarrassing stories. And all of Khoi's embarrassing qualities, I'm sure you guys all know already, so. None of this should be news. For example, Khoi is the founder and president of the Finer Things in Life Club. Do you know that? It's really embarrassing. Are you still proud of it? Khoi regularly sends me messages about how perfect he is, how handsome, and how well dressed he is. I don't know who else gets these messages, but I can't stop him from sending me those. That's because you don't give him time of the day for that. He once told me he doesn't get drunk anymore because you can't get drunk drinking really expensive whiskey. Humble brag. And sometimes he sent me messages that he just went to the toilet, his stomach is empty, and now he can eat. Let me clarify, these are not drunk messages. These are just somebody who's way too comfortable with our friendship. Do you know he has a Pinterest page? It's still alive. I just checked. And it has posts of his looks and the watches that he likes and a bunch of succulents. And I remember our first fine dining experience was at Fleur de Lis, and it was your birthday, where we lowered the average age of the patrons to about 20 years. And we raised the decibel levels for at least 30 points. I think you've gotten bougier and bougier. And there's no signs of slowing down, as evidenced by this extravagant but beautiful wedding venue. Khoi, in reminiscing of all the silliness that we went through, I feel a little bit nostalgic. More than these dinners and house parties and Warrior games and 49er games and tailgates and all of those fun things. I remember our long conversations about what's meant to be in love and what's meant to be in a relationship with someone. I remember you told me that when you're in it, you're really in it. Relationships are up and down. You have flaws, she has flaws. But the worst thing that anyone can ever do is to give up. And despite all the times you told me how perfect you are, this was actually the time where I really thought that you are a catch. Melissa, when you came into Khoi's life again, you came into mine. Like any good friend, I was definitely on Khoi's corner. I was skeptical. To him, you're always the one that got away, and those are the people that you need to watch out for. But as I get to know you more, it's true. But as I got to know you more, I just found that you're beautiful, complex, artistic, and thoughtful, and intelligent. And what was apparent that all the experiences that you had separately has made you a better partner for each other when you came back together. In fact, I think in the last couple of years, I actually spent more time talking to you than I spent time talking to Khoi. And I very much value your friendship and your thoughtfulness and your caring, especially through this last year. I appreciate our very long conversations about empowerment and being a strong woman in a competitive workplace that's not always very nice. I feel comfortable in our solidarity, that sometimes it's okay to prioritize life over work. And you, my lady, are the perfect match for this man. And so, in honor of this wedding date to 2020, you know they picked this date because it's easy to remember, and it sounds kind of cool. So, I want to ask, who else do you know that was married on to 2020? I know because I did some research. Former #1 tennis player, Arthur Ashe, the namesake of the Arthur Ashe Stadium for the US Open in New York, New York. Bet you didn't know that. Iron Chef, Bobby Flay, who married a Law and Order SVU actress on this day as well, a couple years ago. R&B singer, Neo, your favorite. Paramore head singer, Hayley Williams, and last but certainly not least, the warrior monk from Kung Fu and Bill from Kill Bill, David Carradine. So today, I'm proudly adding newlyweds, Khoi, and Melissa, to this wonderful list of marriages, and have a loving, happy, and successful life together, my friends.
Yeah, I think it was deep raving. Like we're leaving.